This true life story is about a man who almost married his own daughter. He was a powerful man, rich, respected, feared by many. Then the same man who had 35 wives was about to make the biggest mistake of his life. He saw a beautiful young lady on the road, not knowing she was his own daughter. She showered her with money, gifts, and love until the day she walked him straight into his own compound and said, "Here is my mother, and you, chief, are my father." The village fools, the mighty chief bowed his head in shame. What happened next will leave you speechless. Watch the full story only on the Grandmom and Bless God TV. I want to share a story, a true story that happened not quite long, about one man who almost married his own daughter. There is one village not too far from town. Lived a man popularly known as Chief. Chief was a wealthy, proud man, known everywhere for his riches and his many wives. In fact, he had 35 wives. Yes, 35. And each wife had her own building in his large, expensive compound. To people outside, he looked like a powerful and respected man. But inside his home, things were very different. The compound was like a small city of its own. Inside that huge compound, wives fought for attention and survival. He hated some wives, ignored many of their children, and only focused on the women that pleased him at the moment. One of those women was Macy's mother. Chief hated her and hardly cared for her children. Yet, among those children was a beautiful, tall, elegant girl named Macy. Macy was in her late teens, dark-skinned, graceful, and very intelligent. Every morning, she would walk to a nearby town, just a short distance away, where she was learning hairdressing as an apprentice. Her passion was to become independent, open her own salon, and support her struggling mother and siblings. Now the unexpected lived. One evening, after a long day of learning at her training shop, Macy was trekking back to the village. A car horn sounded behind her. A sleek, tinted vehicle stopped by the side. The driver wound down the glass. It was Chief himself. "Young lady, can I give you a lift?" Chief asked with a deep, charming voice. "Young lady, can I give you a lift?" Macy was shocked. She recognized him immediately as her father. But Chief, with his many wives and children scattered, barely knew most of them by face. Macy composed herself quickly and smiled politely. "All right, sir." "All right, sir." Chief admired her beauty, her humility, and her soft-spoken words. By the time he dropped her off, he had already made up his mind that he wanted her. A secret affair. The next day, Chief returned and waited for her. And so, it became a routine. Every morning, Macy dressed up and went to their secret meeting point. Chief would pick her up, take her to town, and in the evening, return her. Macy, being smart, told him never to drop her directly at home. She said, "Sir, please stop me where you normally pick me.
I don't want my parents to start asking questions. Chief agreed, and each time he would also give her money to take a bike back home. Chief's proposal. After some months, Chief could no longer hide his feelings. One evening, while they were going home, he said, "Mercy, I want to make you my wife. You are the kind of woman I have been searching for." Mercy started, played along,
She knew quite alright that he was his father,
but wanted time. "Chief, I agree, but let's cut for at least 1 year. I want to finish my training, open my salon, then I will be fully yours." Chief smiled and said, "That sounded wise." He poured money on her, bought her an iPhone, expensive clothes, and even paid for her graduation. Eventually, he set up a fully equipped hair salon for her.
but what Chief didn't know was that Mercy was secretly using part of that money to take care of her siblings and her mother, the same woman he despised.
Now a new love emerges. But life has its own ironies. Just a few shops away from Mercy's salon was a pharmacy owned by a young man named Chibuike. He was hardworking, kind-hearted, and handsome. He and Mercy grew fond of each other. Soon, their friendship blossomed into love. Mercy confided in him, and together they schemed. Since Chief was lavishing money on her, they would take advantage, save up, and build the future. One afternoon, Chief decided to surprise Mercy at her salon, but as he walked in, he found Chibuike sitting with her, laughing joyfully. His eyes turned red. "Young man, who are you? And what business do you have with my woman?" Chief roared. Chibuike tried to explain, but Chief would not hear. "If I see you near her again, you will regret it. This girl belongs to me." Mercy trembled. After Chief left, she tried calming Chibuike down, but 2 weeks later, Chief stormed in again and caught them together. This time, he called the police. Chibuike was arrested, tortured, and detained. Now the police station drama. At the station, Chibuike cried out in frustration, "Why are you beating me? Is it a crime to love? Do you know who that girl is? That girl Chief wants to marry is his own daughter, his own blood. Where on earth has a man married his own daughter?"
Why are you beating me? Is it a crime to love? Do you know who that girl is? That girl Chief wants to marry is his own daughter, his own blood. Where on earth has a man married his own daughter?
The officers were stunned. They summoned Chief the next day and said, "Sir, I think you need to ask the lady who she is." Chief flared up in anger and said, "What nonsense are you saying? Don't insult me."
Sir, I think you need to ask the lady who she is.
What nonsense are you saying? Don't insult me.
The police were confused. The matter seemed strange, but Chief's wealth and influence silenced many of them.
Are you sure that one is saying the truth?
Maybe. I wonder.
Now the day of revelation. The very next day, Chief went to Mercy's salon again and told her, "Close early today. I want to take you to my house." It's time you know where I live before I officially come to your people. Mercy agreed, but secretly planned her big revelation. That evening, they drove into Chief's expensive compound. Mercy held Chief's hand tightly, smiling boldly. Many children and wives watched curiously from their various buildings. Chief frowned, whispering, "Don't hold me like this. People are watching." But Mercy refused to let go. "No, Chief, I must greet your wives today."
No, Chief, I must greet your wives today.
Dragging him along, she walked confidently to one particular house, her mother's house. Her mother was sitting outside, unaware of what was coming. Mercy raised her voice so everyone could hear. "Here is my biological mother, and you, Chief, are my biological father. If you can marry your daughter, then here I am."
No, Chief, I must greet your wives today. This is my biological mother. And you, Chief, are my biological father. If you can marry your own daughter, then here I am.
How? I mean, what are you saying?
The entire compound froze. Silence fell. Some wives covered their mouths in shock. Some children screamed. One shouted, "Chief, what is wrong with you?" Sweat poured from Chief's body. His legs trembled. He pinched himself, whispering, "Am I dreaming, or is this a nightmare?" Some children screamed. One shouted, "Chief, you are fully awake. Lover boy, this is your daughter." He rushed into his room and locked the door. For over 2 hours, he sat alone, shaking, unable to speak, like a man beaten by heavy rain. That evening, Chief made a phone call to the police station. His voice was very low and broken. "Release that young man. Release Chibuike immediately." Now the aftermath. From that day, Chief never remained the same. Shame and disgrace covered him. His wives mocked him. His children gossiped about him endlessly. Mercy, free at last, continued her relationship with Chibuike. Eventually, they married, built a peaceful life, and Mercy fulfilled her dream of becoming an independent woman. Chief, however, remained haunted by the incident till this day. He had almost committed an abomination that would have destroyed his entire lineage. This is a true story, one that reminds us that immorality, greed, and lack of family connection can lead to shame and destruction. This story teaches us that neglecting your family can destroy you in ways you never imagined. Chief's pride, greed, and lack of genuine love for his children blinded him until shame brought him to his knees. It also reminds us that no matter how rich or powerful you become, family is a sacred responsibility, not something to abandon or forget. A man who doesn't know his own children is like a tree without roots. One day, the wind of consequences will surely expose him. Above all, it teaches us that love, respect, and connection matters more than wealth. When parents ignore their child, they lose not only that child's affection, but also a pride of their destiny.